Hello, and welcome to Fort Fritz. I am co-host Mandaddy. As always, we have Mr. Fritz right there.
Yellow.
We got Mr. Nick Spry right there.
Howdy doodle.
And we got Kaz right over here.
I was going to go with Howdy Doody, and it sounds pretty similar now.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys fighting already?
Howler.
Yeah.
He's throwing shit at me. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
These
really
guys have
is.
been tense for a while.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of... It's a sexual heat
We
between
got think
them.
so.
It's beef. We got beef.
There's beef.
It's
Yeah.
sexual beef. So, welcome to Fort Fritz. We are going to try to scare you, but for the most part, we're just going to try to crack each other up, and hopefully crack you up and scare you in the process, or scare you so much you're just laughing and tearing up, and then you run out of your house and smack into a brick wall, and you wonder, what was I doing with my life?
Ow.
But we're going to tell you some stories and hang out, and we're here at Fort Fritz, which is, of course, an amazing, disturbing, haunted mansion that Fritz here is trying to inherit, but he has to stay there in one night, and he will not stay in here one night because it's just a really creepy place.
Too creepy.
I have discovered that there is an issue on the grounds of the fort, and so I have taken upon myself, thank you, to dig into the ground around the fort because I'm finding some very disturbing things.
Are you digging irrigation ditches? What are these? There's a whole lot of trenches along here.
I just go down and then I go forward. I just go down like 3 feet and I just keep going forward.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
like you're playing Dig Dug.
I love Dig Dug. I mean, what a great game where
These are super deep too. Like I'm standing in one right now, and I
don't see the top
I
yet.
can't see the top. I can't see where you guys are.
I haven't slept in days.
I can hear you.
Mandaddy, if I may, and
No,
I
you may
believe
not.
you're behind. Okay, granted.
Next, so.
I think you're behind the pile of dirt. Are you just digging up the foundation? What are you chipping at?
No, it's just that I'm getting deep into the house to find out what's going on, and I am finding artifact after artifact that is just scaring me even more. And this is a house that tried to eat me once, basically.
Right.
So I found, first of all, parts of the rest of the monkey we had a monkey paw.
No way.
I
It was a
found
fist. It was a monkey fist.
a
Granted.
monkey fist. Yes, I'm sorry. It was a mad monkey fist. It was, but I found a monkey elbow.
Oh my goodness.
And I have found a monkey foot.
Oh no! Oh, that's
And-
still got the flesh on it.
It is, yeah. It's kind of gamey too.
It's almost
flavor-wise.
cartoon-like.
Do those grant wishes?
Take the foot. Take
You
the
gotta
foot
eat
and
it.
find
You
out.
gotta eat it.
It's
All
up to you.
I'll save this for later.
Chomp
All right, I'm
down
gonna put
on
it.
it.
He's
and
putting it in his
I have a
back
Ziploc
pocket.
bag, so I'm just gonna put it in here.
Basically, I think that the artifacts have been placed around the house as either protection or to keep something in.
Well, let's see what we have then.
Yeah, what do you got?
Well, I have. This is obviously an ancient Aztec head.
Yeah, Aztec head.
like head
yeah, right,
face
yeah.
type of thing.
Head face.
but
Aztec
it looks
head.
like it's a whistle.
Really?
So it's like a little Aztec face whistle.
No shit.
And I am
like an
not going to put
ocarina?
my lips on it, but I want Kaz to put his lips on it. Can you give it a blow there,
Is it-
Kazzy?
Let me get do it here. Wet the old whistle and then give it a toot.
Holy cow!
Wow!
Whoa!
That is so Aztecian.
Are you kidding me?
In
Play
tune?
Mr. Tambourine
You dug this
Man.
up out of the ground. This thing's in tune. This is nice.
Crazy.
You got some,
I did
That
not.
sounded really good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Is that your
I am
first time playing
impressed.
that?
No, I got a million of those.
You got like a bunch of them at home?
Old
Do
Aztec
you have like a
heads
bunch
that
of
you're like-
Aztec skulls in a bandolay like John Popper?
You're like
Son
this
of a
huge
bitch.
traveler of Aztec heads? You gonna get brought up on gun charges soon?
It's like different. Get like the slightly smaller one on the on like the neck rest. Like,
I know you like
really?
knives and small firearms, so
Jeez.
let's just be careful.
Yeah.
Hey,
You got to watch out.
Put that down.
right.
I'm already jealous of you. Just put it down.
And this is obviously like an Egyptian pyramid
Yeah.
like icon.
Okay.
Or,
it's
mini obelisk.
cuboidal. That was the first
Cuboidal?
thing I think.
It's cuboidal.
It's
Good Cliven with the cuboidal in the Hagen. Nick Spry, look down at your feet. What do you have there at your feet? I found that earlier. What would you describe that as?
This appears to be, I'm gonna say, man, it's a murky jar. Let me just
a murky jar.
let's just crack the top off here.
Dang it.
You're making him drink.
Yeah, yeah.
Mandaddy's
Yeah.
making Nick Spry drink a murky
We're gonna
jar.
check this out. We're gonna check this out here.
like the guy
So
from
far,
Weird
so
Science.
good. Posture's upright.
yeah.
Shoulders are confident.
Good, right?
He got it down. Oh, that was thick.
That was
That
a
was
big.
thick.
Ooh,
Is
okay.
that thicker than the gravy water?
He's losing his legs a little bit. Get him up. Get him up.
Hey, come here, come on.
You're
Okay,
right,
buddy.
you're
Okay, buddy.
Nick Spry, come to me. Come to me. How do you feel? How was it?
I'm going to say that was like a Dom Perignon, 1942.
Nice.
Right.
Was it really?
And in fact, I would say that the bubbles flattened out, but mostly had probably this golden
that's
amber
probably
color
'cause he
to it,
buried
and that's
it
why
in
it was so
mason jar.
murky. But like the oak and the tannins on it were just superb.
That's fascinating.
Lovely.
Sounds
that.
subtle yet delightful. The most disturbing thing I found is this arrowhead,
Oh,
which a lot of people would just say, "Oh, what? You find those a lot in Florida,
Right.
You used to, at least.
You did.
You used to find shark teeth. In
Yeah, I know.
Wekiva.
Amazing.
You used to find. You don't
like
find
in
them
your
anymore.
leg?
We
I used
got
to do
them
that
all.
all the time.
Like in the 70s and 80s, we found all of them.
Yeah,
that makes
basically.
sense.
So screw all y'all. But the thing that disturbs me about this is that Indians have always had, or Indians, I guess, Native Americans. Let's
Thank
say
you.
Native Americans. You're welcome.
The
Native
indigenous
Americans
people.
seem to have a bit more of a connection with the land,
Sure.
and they've also been known to mark places as cursed lands
How so?
because of things like different spirits, some that can take shape, some that can shift into different forms, and sometimes a whole area can be condemned as evil.
Damn.
Have you ever heard of the Skinwalker Ranch?
No, I haven't.
is that like the that bunny ranch out in Nevada?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. They have a little person there.
What?
Yes, they have a little person there. You just have to request the spinner.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Meat swinger.
I got a group on. Let me tell you a little bit about Skinwalker Ranch. Now, when discussing the paranormal or Fortean topics, there are a number of categories occurrence can fall under. UFOs, Bigfoot, or other cryptozoological creatures, ghosts, crop circles, etc. Well, there's a place in Utah that has instances of all of those categories and much, much more. Skinwalker Ranch, also known as Sherman Ranch, is an area of about 480 acres located southeast of Ballard, Utah. Now, the area has been a hotbed of UFO sightings since the 50s. It's said that over half of the residents of the area have personally seen UFOs. Now, it'd be very easy to do an entire episode about the ranch, or maybe even multiple episodes. I mean, a ton of crap has been said to happen there.
A half of the population, you said?
Yeah, half the
Jesus
population
Christ.
of the surrounding area have witnessed UFOs since the 50s, of varying sizes and degrees.
Like college degrees?
Okay, can you go further than PhD, I guess?
Yeah, I think you can become a doctor of doctors.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Excuse me, doctor, we need you.
That's when you're God, I think.
You just walk in and go, healed, and you walk out of the room and they throw money at you. Now, in the interest of brevity, which we've totally thrown out the freaking window, I'm going to just focus on a few occurrences. Now, the Skinwalker Ranch was purchased by the Sherman family in 1994, and they lasted almost 2 years before they got the fuck out of Dodge.
Wow.
One day, maybe 2 or 3 weeks after moving in, they had a very strange encounter. Indeed. While tending to their cattle, they were approached by an extremely large wolf, like way bigger than normal wolf.
Okay.
The thing is, it seemed almost domesticated, walking right up to Terry Sherman and allowing him to pet it. Because as we all know, when you see a giant wolf, the first thought is, ooh, I want to pet it.
It's so cute.
Oh, come here, you big giant killing machine.
You big
Buzz along.
dummy. You're so stupid.
Oh, let
Come
me
here.
just nuzzle right in there.
Give me a kiss right on the mouth.
The wolf turned away from Terry and grabbed a calf by the throat and started trying to pull it through the corral bars.
Oh.
All right.
Terry pulled out a .357 Magnum. It's a big gun. White,
no.
a big gun.
It's a big gun.
That's your friend. Don't do that to your friend.
Right, he just nuzzled and he was very sweet.
Oh,
to
he
this
didn't
wolf.
nuzzle him. He muzzled him. The gun has a
Nice.
muzzle, and,
Nice.
and dogs and wolves
Dogs
have
also
muzzles,
have a
and
muzzle,
so many levels.
Yeah, it's smart and it's funny and
is.
it entertains.
Thank you.
And it's good for you.
So Terry pulls out his .357 Magnum, and he shot the wolf at near point-blank range.
Ooh.
It had no effect.
Yeah.
He shot it again. The wolf let go of the calf, turned around and looked at Terry as if nothing happened.
With a big fuck you middle finger.
Basically, yeah, basically. Now he shot it twice more, and it backed up slightly, but still no blood. Terry grabbed a nearby hunting rifle and shot the beast 5 times.
Ooh.
The 5th shot finally caused a hunk of fern flesh to fly off the animal, but it still didn't seem to be phased. He shot one last time, and the wolf, almost casually, turned and started walking off into the woods. Terry went to grab more ammo, and then tracked the wolf following the muddy tracks into the woods. He tracked it for about a mile, But then the track simply stopped, and there is no evidence of the wolf, as if it had simply just vanished.
So this story was corroborated by the man and his wife?
And they
Sherman?
also had a family, I think 2 children. The whole family was there to watch this.
Also, when was this? The
1994 to 1996.
Wow.
94 is when he was shooting at the wolf?
Yeah, this is 1994.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not as long ago as you'd like to wish.
Rednecks out in Utah in 1908.
Right.
No. They almost had Windows 95.
Right.
You know?
That's scary.
Now, giant beasts weren't the only odd sightings. Blue orbs were a common sighting at the ranch. They're about the size of a softball and seem to be filled with a blue swirling gas. They would be seen flying around the ranch at different altitudes and would sometimes be seen circling the heads of their cows and then darting off into the woods with odd precision going through the branches.
What is it about aliens and cows?
I don't know. They just really
Why
dig
do
them.
they love
just really
cows?
dig them.
Easy
It's
prey.
interesting to note that about 14 of their cattle were mutilated in bizarre ways or just simply disappeared.
Of course.
The same, dissection with no blood, bored out holes in the brain, that old chestnut. Now, one night, 3 of the family dogs were seen barking at one of the orbs. They then chased the orbs into the darkness and then didn't return. The next day, Terry went in search of the dogs, and in a nearby field, he found 3 separate, perfectly cleared or burned out looking circles. And in the center of each circle was a small, black, greasy lump.
Oh, like the end of Time Bandits.
Just a little, yeah, basically. But more greasy. More greasy.
Ew, pure evil.
Don't touch it!
Yeah.
But more greasy.
Yeah, more greasy. All
right.
And there was a thick, musky scent in the area, which was a regular occurrence with other mutilations. There's always seemed to be this thick, musky odor. Now, one day, while driving into town, Terry and his wife passed the corral with 4 of their prize stud bulls. They remarked, if anything happened to them, they would surely be in deep financial trouble.
Oh, God.
Well, they returned half an hour later, and sure enough, they were all gone.
Oh, hell.
All 4 of them. It's just like the aliens are just screwing with them at this point.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
They began to frantically search the grounds, but to no avail. But there was a metal trailer situated near the corral, but had only one entrance, and it was secured by a thick metal wire that was still in place.
Okay.
But Terry peeked inside, and sure enough, all 4 bulls were packed inside the trailer. Like sardines they were.
Were they alive?
Yes. They seemed to be in a trance-like or almost asleep state.
Like a
And he looked inside, and there are still cobwebs on the inside of the door.
like a bull techno club inside that trailer, and it was very
Just down-tempo. Like shoegaze type
Yeah,
stuff.
all right,
They're just
okay.
filling the vibe.
So they were maybe transported via another dimension into this trailer.
That's almost the only possible way. Because cobweb's still on the one entrance, the outside still secure. And so they were in this trance, and then Terry called for his wife, and when he yelled for her, the bulls awoke and started freaking out and frantically kicking the inside of the trailer until they had to pull off the wire and let him out. Now, in 1996, the ranch was purchased by Robert Bigelow, the head of the National Institute for Discovery Science, which sounds like a totally legitimate organization.
Absolutely.
Totally. Give them your
Institute of
money.
Learning.
Why wouldn't
Yeah.
you? Who basically turned the ranch into almost a research lab. And they kept most of their findings to themselves, but they did reveal one incident. They installed 3 telephone poles, and I saw an interview with an actual retired general about this incident. And they installed 3 telephone poles with multiple cameras on the top of each, and each camera able to see the other. One night, right a little before sundown, so there's still a good amount of sunlight, all 3 camera setups lost power simultaneously.
What?
They went to the site, and they found large amounts of wire ripped out, PVC pipe pulled from the ground, and some just missing. And there's one section of wires that was covered in several layers of duct tape, and when that stuff's wrapped around, it's a bitch to get through. And it was just completely removed and missing, either cut out or bit out, just gone. And when they reviewed the footage, they saw nothing. Now, they should be able to at least see the culprit approach the area. They should have at least seen every angle was covered. They should have at least seen something coming towards it.
With some kind of physical evidence, of course.
Yeah. And the area had cows around it at the time. And these cows had been through some shit.
Right.
And so even if a stranger approached, they would take off.
It's almost like they're trying to say something to me.
I feel them, though. But so there is cows all around these telephone poles when the incident happened, and they weren't flinching, like nothing was happening. And so there's some people that would speculate that this is an example of tempus interruptus, or that the local time space was altered or paused for this event to happen because everything was time stamped.
A ripple in time.
And so
That's what happened in Mulder.
all cameras die at the same time. You should have seen the culprit coming. They go down there, and all the evidence I just told you. Now, let me state that this is all barely scratching the surface of the bizarre occurrences at Skinwalker Ranch. Seriously, it is. There has been multiple encounters with nearly invisible creatures that they say almost resemble a cloaked predator from the movies,
Oh, yeah.
with a roaring sound. UFOs of multiple sizes. Inside the Sherman home, there were disembodied voices, items disappearing and showing up in odd places. One time, Terry claimed to hear two voices having a discussion in an alien tongue about 20 feet above his head.
Where did you put the car keys? I don't know. You were the last one to have them.
Now, the local UT Indian tribe are the ones who named it Skinwalker Ranch after the legend of malevolent creatures with the ability to shapeshift into any creature. With all the things we're talking about, seems kind of real.
The Skinwalkers.
Yep. So, which might explain a lot of the sightings.
Yeah.
The UT tribe calls Skinwalker Ranch a cursed place. And, well, I tend to agree with them.
Sounds like it.
Very nicely done.
Not a vacation spot. You know?
Wait a minute.
Day
you're
trip.
into
I
that.
take a day trip or maybe one night, like 2 hours, hang out, and just run after that. But no vacay.
Mandaddy, you seem to know a lot about skinwalkers. Do you think this is a cursed burial ground? Kind of seems like it probably could be.
Well, like I said, because the way it's positioned, it's either trying to keep evil spirits out, or there's something in Fort Fritz that they're trying to keep in.
Oh, damn.
And I don't, but hey, I hope you have fun with this place. Have a good time with your demon prison you're living in.
I don't know if I like
Good
that.
holes though, man, Daddy.
Oh, man, he seems way down in that
There's
one.
really good holes you're digging.
Where
You
is
digging
Nick
that one?
Sprite?
You digging what I dug?
He's in the one
Nick
right there.
Sprite, get out of
man, I'm having a grand old time.
Oh, come on, Nick. We're going to have to get you out of another one of these. Oh, man. All right. I think we need to take a break.
Yeah, we're gonna need to get a ladder or something.
Let's just leave him there for a little while because it looks like it might rain. This could get interesting.
He's still got the mason jar of Dom Perignon down there.
Damn it. Okay, let's get him out of here as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back. You're listening to Fort Fritz.
Welcome back to Fort Fritz. I am Fritz, joined as always by co-host Mandaddy,
Hi.
Kaz,
Hello.
and Nick Spry.
I'm in a hole.
Yeah, Nick's still in that damn hole.
And I dug it. He's just in it.
Yeah, but
He's
You're
digging
all-
what I dug, but I ain't in it.
once you dig it, it's always dug and you're always in it, right?
Like, emotionally.
Yeah.
Are you
guys
down
wait,
in it like Trent Reznor?
He's down in
Do you
it.
guys hear that?
Yeah, I've been hearing it the whole
What
damn-
is that?
Yeah, for like 10 minutes now. It
Like,
sounds
Did you
like
get a dog?
I do not have a dog. I don't know if any of the neighbors around here have a dog. I've never heard a dog before.
Oh.
Yep.
It doesn't sound like a giant wolf dog, does it?
doesn't sound
could.
happy.
It does not.
sound like a giant wolf dog.
That
Shut
guy's
up,
got
Nick
good hearing from
Spry.
being deep in
It's
a hole.
not
I'm
a
really
giant
impressed by
wolf.
that.
Whoa. Did you hear that? It's moving out to the right.
Oh. Okay, this seems like it's circling, and that's not
Okey-dokey.
good. We're gonna
Get him out of the hole. Get him out of the hole.
All right, let's get Nick out of the hole. Out of the hole, Nick.
Now it's back to the left. It's getting closer.
He's coming.
Okay, Nick,
He's coming. Get
get
him
out
out
of
of the
here. We need to get into the house right
Get the
now.
champagne. Get the champagne.
I've never been
yeah,
wanting to go into the house before, but now I actually want to
get
go
in the
into
house.
that damned
Let's
house.
get in the- and I'm so glad now I have a front door on the house
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's a good thing to have when you're about to be attacked by giant wolf dogs.
because then we can close the door. So let's run.
Okay, let's go. I'm glad you know how doors work.
Thank you. I'm running.
He's running. I'm running. Nick, are you running?
Really fast.
You are
faster
running
than
way
all of
faster
us.
than me.
Like
He's
a
faster than all of us.
gazelle.
I'm almost spilling my beer. I can't stand this. Shut the front door.
Oh, thank God.
man.
Just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Audio trademark.
Trademark Nick Spry.
That thing was
2017.
nipping at my heels, man. That thing was gaining on us. The
Yeah.
hell,
Gaining
the
on
hell was
ya.
that?
You guys, I think you were digging too many trenches
Man.
out there, Mandaddy.
Hey, don't blame me. Don't blame the digging.
I don't know. I feel like this is very similar to a situation that happened in World War One.
What?
I knew I could blame World War I on Mandaddy. I just knew it.
Oh, I'm
the
sorry,
connection.
guys.
It all comes back to the Germans somehow.
It always does.
Hey.
Have you guys ever heard of the Hound of Mons?
No, I haven't.
All right, so this account was first published in a story in 1919 in the a evening edition of the Ada News, which was a local Oklahoma newspaper. The story was an account from F.J. Newhouse, a Canadian war veteran, about the mysterious beast that shadowed the barbed wire along the edge of no man's land during World War I.
And no man's land, for my edification, is what?
So, no man's land is basically the area between the trenches of the opposing enemy lines that both sides would
where the
claim
boom happens.
they would claim to own, but nobody would go out there because they were fearful of what would happen. I mean, typically these areas were highly fortified with yes.
So it's like killing fields, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
if
what
you
I
walk, so it's
World War I
It's
was
a
the
legit
first
no
time
man's
that
zone.
modern idea of the machine gun was used, the first time that chemical warfare was used,
The first
time that
mechanized
landmines
killing.
were really used. Yes.
also
like-
planes, right? I think BMW was was an
very
airplane
yes,
manufacturer.
they were. Yeah.
War is weird, man.
really is.
It really is. Okay, I'm going to get all my young people, and I'm going to tell them to go in this trench, and you get all your young people on that trench because we want that area, and you want this area, and so we're just going to have our young people shoot each other.
Deal.
Done. Wow.
It's as stupid as
That's
that.
basically what happened.
So, no man's land was also the area was basically cleared by mortar shells. There was deep holes. There was dugouts of people trying to get entrenchments to gain ground. It was littered with barbed wire across all of it. And definitely, like I said, it was heavily fortified on either side of the line with weapons that would just tear through any sort of opposing army.
So there were reports of this something like slinking around in this area, a beast.
Well, to quote Mandaddy, let me school you.
Ooh, I like it.
So, where they were fighting, the Battle of Mons was one of the first battles in the World War I. Basically, it was the first clash between the British and the Germans of World War I. And this was in central, southwest Belgium, below Brussels, below the capital. And this incident basically starts with the patrol of 5 men, one Captain Yeskis, and 4 men of the London Fusiliers. A fusil is a light flintlock musket. And
okay.
Basically,
All right.
so
Musketeers.
embarking on this mission into no man's land.
So
for
it was
patrol.
like light infantry.
Yes, light infantry. Very, very small squad going out into no man's land.
All right.
Let's go kill these guys.
They disappeared.
Nice.
Oh,
Which was nothing unusual considering.
it's at war.
It's
Yeah.
a war.
Sure.
Exactly.
What happened? They didn't come back. Oh, that's what usually happens.
But the terror began to spread when what happened next. The bodies were discovered several days later, and their throats had been torn from their necks. Their bodies were covered in large gaping tooth marks, and they were mauled, some to the point of unrecognizable. No one could identify their corpses. And shortly after that, one night, both sides' troops, both the Germans and the English, reported hearing a monstrously loud, demonic howling, almost inciting some of the troops to try and retreat from the front lines of this
Pussies.
battle. And over the next 2 years, scores of men lost their lives to going out on patrol through no man's land, with corpses piercing as before. They were gutted, they were mauled, their throats were torn by force. The reports of the screams from either faction suggests that the creature itself had no preference to which side it was. It wasn't fighting for one faction.
Oh, okay.
It would just kill indiscriminately, basically.
And that's all we can ask for.
Yeah, that's all,
So both sides-
not
Just
a
be
politically
even-handed.
motivated.
Yeah,
beast.
I like bipartisan
Right.
killing.
So both sides suffered fatalities. Oh,
Yes, they
casualties.
did.
Okay.
Yes. And the roars and howls, they persisted and they occurred more often, further terrifying those who were hidden in the trenches on either side. As soldiers posted on sentry duty began to give eyewitness accounts of a large, slinking, hulking hound that was rimming the perimeters of the barbed wire.
There's a lot of giant wolf things going on tonight.
Yeah, it seems like that. I noticed that
That's
myself.
a fucked up theme, man.
Well, and then one day it just stopped.
Okay.
And no further people died after 2 years
And that's it. Okay, so what
of
do you have to
mounds
talk
and
about?
mounds of body. But the story gets weirder. It gets way more spooky from here.
Oh, geez.
Of course it does.
F.J. Newhouse insisted on the authenticity of his story and the beast in question. So, quote, the death of Dr. Gottlieb Hochmuller in the recent Spartakian riots in Berlin has brought to light facts concerning the fiendish application of this German scientist's skill that have astounded Europe. For the Hound of Mons was not an accident, a phantom, or a hallucination. It was the deliberate result of one of the strangest and most repulsive scientific experiments the world has ever known. That's a direct quote from F.J. Newhouse.
Get out of here.
August
Shut the front
1919
door.
edition of the Oklahoma newspaper. So, the experiment that he's talking about involves the aforementioned doctor searching extensively throughout all of the land in mental asylums for a man that had been driven completely insane by his hatred for the country of England.
Wow.
And when he found the perfect candidate, the doctor then proceeded to create a new bioweapon at the behest of the German government by removing the insane man's brain and transplanting it into the body of a scientifically enhanced body, bigger, stronger, faster, just like a...
Yes,
like
I would watch the
really?
series on Hulu, totally.
It was like a head transplant.
Into the body of a Siberian wolfhound.
This is tight.
Really?
Putting a crazy man's brain into a Siberian wolfhound.
What could go wrong?
On the large side, they were saying that a normal one would be around 105 pounds and 3 feet tall. It's a very large dog. It looks similar to the shape of a greyhound, but much more muscular.
Right.
But if it was scientifically enhanced, this thing could be
anything.
5-6 feet tall.
We're talking about a super dog.
Weapon canine.
Have you guys seen like cane corsos?
Oh, yeah.
The Romans, they look like small tanks, all muscle. The Romans would put armor on it and would have it charge like advancing like enemies.
Why didn't they just get armadillos?
But they're like 7 feet tall, like on their back legs, and they look like steroid bulls.
That's why.
Damn.
Yep.
Anyhow, they said that this new creature was then ruthlessly trained to hunt British troops on the battlefield, and
How
then
do you
was
train
released.
a crazy dog hybrid?
I don't know, man.
What do you
This is
feed
I'm
it
just
as
telling
like
you the
positive
story.
reinforcement? Like, here's a English baby. What do you do?
A pocket full of treats.
So, anyways, they trained this creature to hate the British and kill them on the battlefield. And then
You
they released
really
it.
need to be trained to hate
I'm
the
jumping
British.
right back into the story. I'm jumping back in, man, Daddy.
Do it, Nick Spry. Do it.
So they released it into no man's land, and the Germans obviously didn't think that this thing was going to turn on them and kill their own soldiers.
What? Okay, yeah.
But it did.
Yeah.
And so the rumors spread that even that the scientists had made his fur and skin impervious to gunfire, to bullets.
Oh.
Like a Luke Cage
that
wolf.
his emotions
Wow.
had been manipulated and enhanced to increase his hatred with chemicals.
Just got him liquored up, sauced up.
So it's like just strictly tequila.
It's a drug-induced hellhound. What could possibly go wrong?
I don't know.
This is the best story ever.
Yeah, no, this is great.
But there is no evidence of the doctor's existence or of Captain Yetzky's.
Son of a bitch.
That none of it has been purported, nor have any of Newhouse's claims been substantiated. And yet, none have been denied.
Exactly. It's like the CIA.
And no one knows what really happened with the Hellhound of Mons.
I love it.
That was awesome.
love it.
That's a great story.
That's a great story because it's like there's almost romance behind it. Like it killed everybody.
What
but
the hell is your idea of romance?
It's like the Lake House with
Why
Sandra
don't you
Bullock
stay away
and
from your
Keanu
house on
Reeves. And
Valentine's
like a giant.
Day?
It could still be out there.
Yeah, it's like a Frankenstein, like a World War I flavored Frankenstein. He was like created for a purpose, but like, he didn't really understand it, so he just killed everything. Like he didn't realize it was only supposed to be English people. And also, like, don't put it past the Germans to do some like weird, funky shit like that, right? Like, don't immediately discount it just because it sounds really off the wall.
Never discount weird, funky German shit.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely. Man, that's crazy.
You
you
what
guys
the
hear that?
hell was that?
I'm trying to.
It's, dude.
Okay, this is not good.
It's getting in. It's
Okay.
getting in.
Okay, it sounds like there's more than one.
This damn hellhound
It's getting in.
now has a posse and is trying to break down the goddamn front door. How do we get out of this?
Demon Wolf Posse.
There's got to be something.
I don't know.
Well, just barricade the door. Barricade the door.
Okay,
Barricade.
I got this.
Good idea, Cass.
Oh my god, I don't have this. I don't have this at all.
Get the
Okay,
library
push
shelf.
this. Help
Get
me.
the
Help me.
library shelf.
I'm still wrestling with the sofa. Please help me push this.
I got it.
I think my spine just popped out of my ass.
God damn it!
What the fuck?
Come on. Get it?
All right.
Okay,
all
so
right.
you got it. Okay, just just grab
I didn't know
anything.
that these dogs are going to bring guns.
Oh my god, dogs have guns now!
Guns.
I don't think the barricade's gonna hold, guys.
Oh,
We
God,
need
this is
something
not
else.
good.
Frozen
We're gonna need something
margarita
else.
machine in front of the door.
I'm scared!
Kaz, what do you
No,
have?
I don't know.
Come on, easy.
Come on, dude, you have to have something!
Giant explosion spell. That's all I got.
Oh my god, that seems like a horrible idea. Roll the d20.
Roll the d20.
All right. Here we go. Roll this. 20.
Clickety clack!
It's a 7.
That's
You got any
awful.
Way to go, buddy!
No. You got to
Put your backs
modify.
into it.
We got
Backs into it.
Roll the modifier! Roll the modifier!
we got a modifier.
D10.
Yeah. It's a D10
All
modifier.
right, try
You roll
that.
it.
Roll it.
Oh, shit.
I got a 10.
You got a 10?
I got a 10.
Yes, that's perfect.
Yes, you fucked up wonderfully!
Nice. Nicely done.
The entire door erupts, flying out any creature that could have been in its path. You walk towards the empty door, and there are no more wolves.
Nice.
However, the entire outstate estate is on fire.
Oh, my goodness.
Everything in your gaze is flame and torch and doom.
Yeah, but this is just a game, right?
You actually see fire. No, actually, there's a
Yeah,
bunch
no.
of fire out there.
Oh,
We're
my
not
God.
talking
Okay,
about it anymore.
Everything's on fire. What'd you do, Kaz?
I don't know why you guys are talking about a game. I'm just watching Kaz like sit there and point his hands at the door, and all of a
Would you
sudden
pour
exploded.
gasoline all over the front yard? It
What are you
stinks out
doing,
here. What
dude?
the fuck?
Why would you do that?
We have like spell books and stuff.
Okay,
Obviously,
you're going to
this
have
is-
to explain to me how
But
you
there's
did that,
no way.
okay?
This is the real world. You can't cast spells in the real world. D&D isn't real, Kaz.
Just because that gas can says spellbook on it doesn't mean you have to cast it.
Guys, I think we can get to the bottom of this. Let's take a little break.
we need to.
You're listening to Fort Fritz. Welcome back to Fort Fritz. We are now looking at the conflagration that is taking over the farm and most of
Seriously?
the forest.
Not good.
You had burned everything out here, Kaz.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how the hell you did it. It was a massive fireball.
I grabbed this thing, the spell book.
What
and
is
then
that?
Spellbook
But the
was a
spellbook
gas
is-
can.
It's a gas can.
Yeah,
It
come on,
says,
Kaz.
it says spell book on it. All right, I
Give me
thought
that
it was.
damn gas can.
I'm
This
sorry.
I don't
gas
know, we
can
need
is
to-
going to be the bane of my existence.
I don't know if we need to play D&D with Kaz anymore. I think
Never,
he takes it
ever
way
again.
too serious.
You know, and I know people who would love to play D&D, but now you're out.
I wasn't
man.
playing a game. I was trying to get us out of this
That's true.
situation with the insane
That's true.
hellhounds
Yeah.
that were trying to break into the door. And I think I
Yeah.
got him, honestly. Like, if you take a look.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
got the
at what
door.
cost? At what cost?
I got the door. I got the whole front yard. I got
It's
most
true.
of the porch. There's no dogs out here.
No.
Nothing
looks
but
good.
fire and death surrounding the entire house.
Actually,
You
what-
actually have a little mote of fire from all the trenches that Mandaddy dug earlier. That's,
you're
it's kinda
welcome.
cool.
I'd like to say you're welcome.
Well, that's an added bonus because it didn't light the house on fire, but now I ain't got no goddamn front door.
well,
or front yard, or backyard.
but you
the
have a wall of
right,
fire.
The fire moat will keep everything out that you don't want.
God, I
Yeah.
hope the river isn't on fire. That would be awful if it was a flame right now.
Smoked fish. Fish
Smoke-
cookout.
Wow.
Yeah, come on.
This man finds a silver lining in every situation.
I
Nick
read that
Spry,
book like
you are
3
not
times.
helping me. You are not helping me.
Okay.
See, the way I look at it is if there's a silver lining in every cloud, but if you're not careful, it'll cut your fingers. I mean, consider you gotta be careful. Those silver linings are sharp.
Yep.
This explosion, though, looks like more than just a gas can's worth
Well,
of
so
gas.
yeah, look over there. Actually, it looks like it flattened the trees and stuff. Do you guys see that? Like,
Yeah, you definitely cut it off.
Christ almighty.
If you actually are using magic, you need to stop because
Well, you
you're
need to
way
stop
more
this.
powerful than you know.
I didn't think it was going to be a whole thing. It just said spell book. I didn't realize we were going
And it
to
was a gas
cause the
can.
destruction of the ecosystem out here.
Don't you know that for every positive spell, there's a negative consequence? God, are you such a noob?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
God.
There's like dead reindeer out here and shit too. Like this
That's
is like
kind of weird. That's kind of weird.
there's like at least 20 to 30 dead deer out here, and all these trees are knocked down. Like this is
Yeah.
chaos. Like this is way bigger than one gas can would have been able to do. I think. Like,
Yeah, probably.
I still
What were
blame
you
you. I
thinking?
still blame you, though.
I thought we were just gonna have like a solution to our problem.
Hey,
This
man,
seems-
Danny Nick Spry, ease up on him, all right?
All right,
Look,
all
he's
right.
shaking. He feels badly.
I don't think I did
Why
this.
wouldn't he?
I don't think I did this. I don't think I did. I think this might have been like a natural thing. I think. Do you guys ever hear of the Tunguska explosion?
No, I haven't.
What is that?
In the early 1900s, in Siberia, in a remote part of Siberia, there were a few eyewitnesses, but mostly it was something that was felt in the area. On the morning of, it was a summer morning in June, a flaming ball was seen screaming across the sky. And shortly thereafter, a giant explosion. Someone who was 40 miles away from what later was determined to be sort of the, epicenter of the impact, said he was sitting on his porch, was thrown completely, essentially over his house. He was thrown violently from his porch. He said his shirt essentially caught fire, and he had no idea. He thought it was the end of the world. He didn't understand what was going on. He was hanging out, chilling, and then all of a sudden, boom, and he gets thrown off of his porch. His shirt's on fire. He can't explain what's going on.
Damn.
Right, this is like a bad morning for this man, right?
Or he's like, this is way better than the laser light show at the planetarium that I go to. It's totally better.
I should have got high for this. I should. Yeah. I messed up this morning.
It's like one of those old vaudeville tropes where he just looks at the XXX bottle and just breaks it and says, "Never again."
No more. So this was the shockwaves from this explosion or this event were felt all the way in England, and this was something that happened in remote Siberia.
Really?
Damn.
How so? Just like shockwaves?
Right. They said they felt essentially what would be like the tremors or the shockwaves, the after effect of like an earthquake.
Someone spilled some tea.
Just right. It was
that's a little unusual.
It's 1908. I wonder what happened.
Is that what people in 1908 said?
Yeah. Well, this was before science, right?
That was a spot on ad lib, man.
Thank you. This is 1908. What happened? So it was extremely devastating to the area. A 2,100 square kilometer area.
Speak American.
How many miles? 770 square miles.
Whoa! Wow, really?
All right. Okay, now I'm impressed.
Yeah.
When you were saying all that Nazi commie crap, I had no idea what you were saying. But now when you speak American, I am shocked.
Let me just apologize to our international community. We are Americans, okay? So
we don't add so good.
So 770 square miles of flattened trees, dead wildlife, and just destruction. And this is in 1908. So we're talking before any nuclear, atomic age type of weaponry could have been developed. This is something that the devastation is completely unheard of, right? For obviously this is 1908. It's Siberia. There is slim science budget for them to go out and sort of explore this area.
Don't you think you'd allocate a little extra funds when just a giant area is devastated for no reason? Don't you want to find about this?
It's 1908. What funds? What are you talking about? Where are they getting the funds?
$11 and Richard bought a water. Thanks, Richard. Now we have $10.25.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Richard bought a water.
I'm sorry, I'm so thirsty.
People described a weird, force or some type of tremor or something like that happening in really sort of remote places that wouldn't have had any knowledge of something hitting this area of Russia. So naturally, everyone wants to know, what was it? They didn't actually get out to the site because it was so remote for like 15 years. It was It was like the 1920s when they finally were able to get like a full scientific crew out to do some analysis and things like that.
Russia's huge.
It
is. It's so massive.
Right, and I mean, like at that time, the ability for them to get that kind of equipment and stuff out there was probably extremely
15
limited.
years?
Well,
That's
I think
crazy.
that legs weren't invented until 1926.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well, good walking shoes probably a little bit after that. So obviously, this was a huge, mystery during this time, right? Like people wanted to know what caused this explosion. A lot
For
of
sure,
people,
yeah.
It's largely attributed to currently, and at the time they thought this is a meteor, this is some type of comet or something. So they were looking for the crater, they were looking for the impact, they wanted to find out where this hit. And there's a lake in the area right around the sort of the epicenter, and they assumed, they're like, okay, well this is the lake that was caused by this.
This was 15 years ago.
Right. Exactly. Right. Like they didn't have a way to get there quick enough to do any like immediate sort of analysis.
Yeah, for sure.
That was the accepted theory for a long time. It what they said it performed what would be called an air burst. Part of it never actually hit the earth, but actually exploded above.
Yeah, it's when basically a large shell explodes, so the compression blast is what you're getting the most damage from.
And that's part of the mother of all bombs. As part of that is air blasting. And one of the most terrifying things is it sucks the oxygen out of the area too. So before the devastation happens, you're suffocating.
Yeah.
So you die in even more terror. Human beings are awesome.
So the estimated energy for this blast, just based on the sort of damage that it inflicted on the area, they say it's anywhere between 15 and 30 megatons of TNT.
Jeez.
Which, to put it in perspective, 15 megatons is 1,000 times greater than the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima.
Whoa!
And no one knows where it came from.
Correct, right. So the largely sort of accepted scientific explanation for this for a long time was it had to have been a meteor. It definitely is a meteor. Obviously, people had conspiracy theories. Maybe there was early testing of nuclear bombs or something that maybe someone... But
wouldn't you think, you were saying specifically that trees were flattened. They weren't incinerated. They weren't blown out of their stemming. They were flattened.
Correct.
Good call.
That's true.
And this, another way that they were able to determine the epicenter was the fact that the trees were all flattened in a certain direction. So, like, this thing hit in one place, and they all flattened away from it.
So, have they gone into the lake? Have they dove into it?
So, yes, actually, this is the where it gets a little creepy. Last year there was some analysis done on the sediment.
Last year,
they went out and they did some more. They've been testing this area for a really long time now. It's a sort of a scientific anomaly and a mystery. They went out last year, did some testing on the lake bed, and they found out that it was actually not created by the impact from that time period. That it is actually newer than that. So the commonly accepted idea that this was a giant meteor that hit and created this impact crater, and it's sort of got debunked early last year. So they're still trying to figure out.
Was it Mythbusters? Did they do it?
They went out there and
Adam, the guys go out there
and created a 1,000 megaton bomb. And
he goes, "Look at this! This one phone book can hoist me 30 feet in the air.
Buy your real estate now."
So that is this recent sort of exploration into this ancient, I guess, 100-year-old mystery of what happened in Russia, and there are some crazy conspiracy theories out there. I won't, give life to any of them, but
come on,
give us a couple.
Little taste.
Give us a little taste.
I mean, so
I have to hear this.
Aliens.
Okay, of course.
Right.
I'm not saying it's aliens,
but it's
totally aliens.
Yeah, it's probably aliens.
Another one was that I guess what you would call the Uber government or the Illuminati had access to nuclear weapons before.
You can Uber nuclear weapons now?
The technology's been around since 1908.
It's the executive washroom for the Rothschilds.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we have a giant leg to watch.
Try that a little commission.
Yeah, so you're saying you might have some kind of access to a meteorite power now that you've acquired from this book?
Well,
you just waved your hands. You waved your hands holding a gas can, and I don't even see him pouring the gas can. It's almost like he embodied the power of the gas and flew it out from his body like some sort of gas bender.
But like gas is, flammable, yes, and scary, and it smells amazing. But
it smells amazing.
Yeah,
come on.
It's clean. It's got a clean scent. But
this explains a lot of your youth.
I was say it doesn't explain the sort of the abject lack of life outside of this front door area right now. We killed everything. Like gas doesn't do that, right? Like this was an explosion.
But it happened right when you were waving your hands. It happened at the exact moment.
Mandaddy, I got rid of the wolves. All right. I've heard about enough of your guff tonight.
Oh!
What in the hell is that?
Okay, it seems like you didn't kill all of them because I see a pretty large wolf approaching right now.
Oh my God, he's on fire! Put him out! Put him out!
He's a wolf!
Yeah, I don't care. Take my coat.
All right, put out the wolf.
Get over here, you! Oh, poor thing.
That does sound pretty damn pathetic. I feel like I should hear a Sarah McLachlan song right now.
Hi, I'm Fritz. Who are you?
Oh, hello. My name is Hans.
Hans?
I'm the alpha wolf.
You're an alpha wolf? Oh my God. Were you the thing that was just chasing us earlier?
Yeah. I was not chasing so much as playing with your house. Your house is so playful. I love the dynamics of its design. I'm very much into the Prussian sort of, architecture. Very Answei.
Totally. Yeah, I'm so glad you showed up. No. I thought we killed you. I'm so glad that you lived.
You did not kill me, but you almost killed me, and I feel a little, I would say upset, but you guys seem so cool. I'm just wondering, it's still so early. Anybody want to go out for maybe an espresso? I have a grouping.
Oh my!
You have what?
I have Gruppen.
What is Gruppen?
It's a Gruppen for a group.
A Groupon?
Oh, Groupon.
Like
Groupon.
Groupon?
Okay, gotcha.
A
Yeah.
Gruppen. Yes, yeah, that.
Do you have any poupon?
Yes, I have great. I love mustard. I'm from Germany.
Of course.
This is the most
guy's
docile,
classy.
friendly,
He's
classy
classy.
wolf I've ever met.
Maybe somebody want to rub a little ambisol in my gums.
I got that. I totally got that. I have no
Mandaddy, go
why.
over
I'm
there.
totally into this.
Put it
I'm getting in there
right.
deep too, man.
Oh my God.
There's some.
Okay, he's
feels like
opening up
bone
his-
fragments back there. or
Yeah,
something.
Those
open
are
it
not
up
so
now.
much words, but I'm really enjoying the
Oh,
way
this
you
is
loving
okay.
massaging
This is
them.
weird, but
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
wonderful in a strange way.
All right, let me just say this, okay? We started off with Skinwalker Ranch, which was creepy in and of itself because Mandaddy came over before us and decided to dig trenches in our front yard.
Oh,
You're welcome.
Oh,
Yes,
the fun
thank you.
holes. The fun holes you
Yeah,
have
the-
in your yard.
You like the front holes?
You probably called the alpha wolf over here because of your damn trench
I
warfare.
love fun holes.
Well, I
And
don't-
you're welcome. I mean, this
Right,
guy is
that's what I was
amazing.
gonna say. I don't think
you're
it's a bad
meeting
thing.
the most amazing alpha wolf ever, and
By
you're
the
getting
way,
mad at me?
I have all this ice cold beer that I was telling you.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
that's a plus.
This I have
great.
found my fucking spirit animal.
This guy's
That's
my
a
friend.
plus.
I have all the good German beers like Hofbrauhaus, I have Spaten, I have. What do you guys want? I have a little
Crack them
Danko.
open. I don't even know.
Just, I'll take
give
one
us
of each. I'll take one of
I have
each at the same time.
Stefan, yeah.
So Skinwalker Ranch was in Utah, and it was about 480 acres back in the 1950s. But in the 1990s, it was bought, and a huge wolf appeared on the property.
Yes, it did. A
Was
bulletproof
shot
wolf.
several times. It was a bulletproof wolf, and then the wolf said a big "fuck off," double finger like in the air, and wagged that ass home.
That was probably Clarence.
Oh, Clarence. Okay, so you know
Yeah,
Clarence.
he's
Okay.
How
big.
old are you?
He's a very funny guy. You know, he make big joke all the time.
Well, if you can tell me who the Hound of Mons was, that would really be helpful too, because the Hound of Mons was this kind of mythical creature that haunted the killing floor between the British and the German. It was basically a goddamn war machine that killed everybody indiscriminately with the brain of an insane man and the body of probably a cane corso.
That was a tragic story. Very, very, very tragic story.
Who was that?
It was Augusta. Yes.
Augusta.
This is a
Augusta
freaking
was good,
old wolf,
good.
man.
It's good,
Crazy.
man. Good man. But the brain they put in him was just bad. It was bad, man.
His story holds up. His story holds up. So,
Holy
what
shit.
can you tell me about an explosion in Russia called the Tunguska
Yeah, you said that
explosion
right, yeah.
in Siberia? It was a fireball. 1908. How back do
I
you go?
don't know anything about that one in particular, but I've just been wandering around the woods looking for good techno music, you know?
Well, what just happened now? How did you see the explosion? Do you see where it originated, or I mean, do you know? Do you have any idea of how this just happened?
I was just like, out to have good times tonight with all of my friends, meet friends, and they said, well, let's go to the Fort Fritz, and said, we'll have a good time and dance, and so we did the mollies, and this guy is just throwing, fucking gasoline all over the yard. It was really
Was it him?
crazy. Yeah, that guy.
It was
right there.
Cass.
Yeah.
Listen,
He
How did
totally-
we not see that?
I didn't see it.
It totally lit us all on fire.
Hans, I'm
Where's
sorry,
the rest of you?
It's I heal. I'm not feeling anything right now, but I'm feeling make you sweat, like you say.
Yep.
Do you have
Yeah.
any left? Do you have any mollies left? Is my first question.
I have maybe some under my toenails, but they're very long.
I'm in.
Make you sweat, man.
Let me get in on this toenail right
Make
about
you
here.
sweat.
Let's
Mandaddy.
get in on this Molly party with Alpha Wolf. I think this is a fantastic idea. Alpha Wolf, thank you so much for coming by.
all night. Oh,
Look at him. He's a party machine.
I like
that's
this
what
guy.
I do all day.
He's
all
like
day.
Spud McKenzie, but different.
German.
He's an
But German.
indiscriminate killing machine, and he's also a party machine. I love it.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
So lay back.
Oh, look out! Okay, I don't think we should let the cat get that close.
Yeah,
Let's get the
Let's
cat.
go.
Cass,
I'm sorry, guys.
Come on.
I'm fucking up tonight.
Oh, that cat is
already had
all
many,
over Alpha
many,
Wolf.
Many moments with little Schmutzy here.
Oh, what?
Oh, so you know
Yes,
You know
I
each-
talked to Schmutzy.
Oh my God! Look at she's just purring up right on him.
hanging
She's
out.
just
I
all-
tell you, I don't know what she is into over here, but she's part of the back. right now.
No
you
shit.
said you were bringing your friends to Fort Fritz, so you guys have had parties here at Fort Fritz?
We are wolves. We run.
So you have like weird wolf raves inside of the house that Fritz is supposed to be living in?
I don't understand the world you live in with your phones and your technologies. All I want to do is be a wolf and run. And Schmutzy, she wants to run free in nature. So I show her the rivers. I show her the mountains.
Alpha Wolf, do you know Angela who also lives here? Do you know Schmutzy from Angela?
The one speaking girl. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. She's always been here.
Yeah, is she cool? We don't know her really. We're trying to get to know her.
She's probably not going to be happy that Schmutzy comes with us.
Oh, no, you're taking Schmutzy?
Yes.
I have a question.
No,
okay, we know that you're obviously maybe 100+ years old, and you just said Angela's always been here?
Well, gotta go. Away!
Alpha Wolf, don't go, Alpha Wolf! You still have so many drugs in your toenails!
To adventures and beyond!
Schmutzy! Schmutzy! Oh, I fucked up.
That last one, I think, scared the cat more, man. Where'd that come from?
I'm in deep trouble right now.
Hans seemed like a cool dude. I think we trust him with Schmutzy. I'm sure he'll bring her back.
What are your thoughts on him, Nick Spry?
You guys just totally lost the ball on that one.
Where were you? I didn't hear you
No,
talking.
you haven't talked the whole time. Where'd you go?
I have a sandwich.
I can't fault you for that.
Yeah, that's
It's good.
I mean,
It's really good. I brought my
Totally.
own. I brought my own. We never get food here. I brought my own. It's true.
Hell.
totally jelly.
It's
totally
a Cuban.
Jelly. Ooh.
Well, while you were gone, the wolf
Extra
brought us
pickles.
beer.
What?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
also
we do
the hell
have
you
amazing
said?
German beer. Really good German
And Molly.
beer.
German Molly and German beer.
Yeah, I just drop mine inside of the beer and chug it. It's just great. It's called a German depth charge.
And when he says mine, it was all of them, so none of us have any left now. So.
Hey, I'm sorry. I needed a buzz.
Hey, I don't care. I don't blame you. Thank you for listening to Fort Fritz. We will catch you next time on the Flippity.
Oh, the scimitar. The scimitar.
I wanted to get a buzz.